Hi, Darren Gabbard here with your Best Horse Relationship. Welcome. It is a gorgeous day here in Colorado on the Front Range. It's one of those days that make you feel sorry for folks who don't live in Colorado. And in this episode, I would like to talk about the pursuit of perfection and how the pursuit of perfection affects our relationship with our horse. Now, let me start off by saying that I don't believe that we can actually achieve perfection with our horse. Having said that, I think that pursuing perfection with our horse is actually a good thing. We're never going to achieve perfection either in our relationship or in performance with our horse, but in pursuing perfection, it makes us better each and every day. Now, that's the why of perfection, of the pursuit of perfection. But we also have difficulties sometimes with the other aspects of pursuing perfection, the how and the what, and that's what I'd like to talk about. Because a lot of times we get sidetracked by the how and the what, thinking that we are actually doing it right. Now, when we focus on the how of pursuing perfection, what we are focusing on is our tools, our techniques, and our training. And while it is very good, while it is actually essential to work on perfecting our tools, techniques, and training, the training or the tools, techniques, and training do not represent our relationship. But we are oftentimes misled into believing that we are gaining a better relationship with our horse because our horse responds in a positive way. And we get positive feedback because all of a sudden our horse is doing what we want, when we want, the way we want. Possibly even doing it at ease. You know, not really we don't have to work at it, we don't have to push it, we don't have to fight with our horse, and we think that that equals a good relationship. What that means is that we have a very well-trained horse. Our relationship might be in the realm of, let's say, a good working relationship with our horse, but it is not the best possible relationship, and that's what we're after. Now, I've mentioned many times before in this series that our best success comes when we have a strong relationship with our horse, regardless of how well trained our horse is, and regardless of what our past performance might have been with him. If we can establish that strong relationship, he will give us even more. So when we focus on the how of pursuing perfection, we run the risk of getting sidetracked from the why. And the why is that we want to be better each and every day for our horse and with our horse. Now, the what of pursuing perfection is essentially the detail, right? The details that go into pursuing perfection. And when we focus on just the details, again, we subordinate our relationship with our horse to the pursuit of perfection of the details. It would be similar to having a very nice car, or even any kind of car, really, and only focusing on the gas pedal, the steering wheel, and the stick shift. Those three things move our car from one place to the other, but it's not the car. It's not the purpose of the car. The purpose of the car is not the details. It's not the bits and pieces. The purpose of the car is to take us from one point to another. So if we focus on the what, again, we lose track of the why. So let's get back to the why. The why of pursuing perfection. We do so because we want to make our relationship better today than it was yesterday, stronger today than it was last week. Now, I hear you saying that there's got to be a way to achieve perfection, because what's the purpose of putting that much time and that much energy and that much effort into achieving a goal that we will never actually achieve? Well, let me ask you this. What would happen the day after you achieved perfection with your horse? All right, what would you do? We put in the effort, we put in the energy to achieve perfection, understanding that we will never actually get there, because we know that it will make us better, it will make our horse better, and it will make our relationship stronger. And that's actually not the goal. The goal is perfection, but the benefit is that everything else gets better for us. Now here's the really cool thing, though. If we are pursuing a goal that we will never achieve, we will never get to the end of it. It's kind of an open-ended thing. What that means is that we get no bonus points for getting there faster than someone else. There is no benefit to being stronger. There's no benefit to being the best. Right? The only thing that we need to understand is that it's a journey. The ability to achieve perfection is, for us, a secondary thing. We become better. But we don't have to worry about competing with anybody else. And here's the thing. Here's the understanding that really kind of blew my mind. As long as we are achieving perfection or seeking to achieve perfection, as long as we are pointed in the right direction and we understand the why, and the why is the thing that drives us, we will never have a setback with our horse, either in the training or in our relationship, because there is no downside. There is no backsliding. We don't lose ground. If we were in a competition, if we could actually achieve perfection, then perhaps we might lose if somebody else got there first. But because we are not in a competition, because there is no end to this goal, we don't have to worry about those bad days at the barn. We've all had them, where it feels like we've got 3 or 4 left feet, our head is in a bag and our foot is in a bucket and our horse has forgotten everything that we've taught him. Those days are not necessarily setbacks. They are just days when we don't make as much progress, but we are always making progress. We are always moving towards the goal. The goal is perfection. And because we're not going to get there, because we can never reach the end, we don't have to worry about competition. There is no competition. We enjoy the process. And that also means that we can take detours if we want. If we think that perhaps this direction is going to get us a little bit closer to perfection, or if we change our strategy completely, right, we're still not going to backslide. Even if we take a detour that takes us away from everything that we've ever known or understood about horses, it's not a backslide. We aren't losing ground. It's just an opportunity to achieve perfection in a different direction. Think about that. Anyway, there's a lot to go over in this particular episode. Certainly much more to talk about as the series goes on. But until next time, as always, leave questions or comments below the video window. Think about perfection, pursue it with your horse, go love on your horse, and we'll see you back here. Bye-bye.